Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah, how was the exam?
Easy, ma'am.
Easy.
Yes, ma'am.
Seriously.
Yes.
What about the others? Should I bring in the rating scale? How was the range of difficulty? High, low, or medium? Anila, how was it?
No problem.
No problem. Okay, thank God. I don't know if there will be any problem in correcting. I'll let you know after correcting. Okay. So yesterday we learned the contextual view of development. And tomorrow, do you have any exam? Yes. Okay. Right. So after that, you can, after completing all the exams, you can read that portion, factors influencing development. Right. Yeah. Yesterday we learned the contextual view of development. Which are the main systems? The first one after the individual. What was it?
Microsystem.
Microsystem. Yes. And after microsystem comes the mesosystem, which has the relationship between the microsystems. Then comes the
Exosystem.
before macro, one more is there. Exosystem. Yes, exosystem. And then macrosystem. Then with relation to time, we have one more system, that is the final one, chronosystem. Okay. Yes. So that was a kind of Western view of the concept, contextual view of human development. Now we have a kind of Indian view also given by Durganand Sinha. Who proposed the other one, other concept? That guy, isn't it?
Yuri something.
Yuri something. Yuri Braun-Fenn-Brenner. Okay, Braun-Fenn-Brenner. And in psychology, please learn the second name first. That is the last name first, because that's the most important one. Even if you don't say Yuri, it's okay. It's known as Braun-Fenn-Brenner's theory, and it's especially when we do research. Like if I do a research, then my full name is Neha Rajiv. Then the research will be given as, or when you quote my study, then it will be written as Rajiv et al. If I have done with somebody else, my second name will be given. Okay, so we toil and we do the research, and the credit goes to our fathers. Okay. So if you want to get famous, make your child do a research. That's the only way. All right. So I'll share the screen. The next concept is ecological model by Durganand Sinha. The other one was the one by Yuri Braun-Fenn-Brenner was the contextual view of human development. It's a kind of Western view. This is also one among the contextual views, but the name given to this one is ecological model by Durganand Sinha. So if a long question comes, a long essay question comes, then you have to write both. If it is mentioned that you have to write specifically the theory by Braun-Fenn-Brenner, then write only the systems. This is also a similar concept. There are less systems and layers in this, so it's easy to learn. Understanding the development of children in Indian context. That's the important point. Durganand Sinha's theory is explaining the Indian concept or Indian context as such. Okay. Do you know what concentric means? Concentric. Same center. Yes.
With different radius circles.
Yes, right. Yes. So this model is about concentric circles. Okay, there are 2 layers with concentric circles. Okay, that is the dimensional form of this. The ecology of the child would be viewed in terms of 2 concentric layers. Which means it has the same center, but they are in 2 layers, like a sandwich. Okay, both of them has the same center, but they are 2 layers, isn't it? The 2 bread loaves will be of 2 layers, like that. So upper and the most visible layers consist of, that's 1 layer, upper and the most visible layers. And the other one, we consider them as surrounding layers. Okay. There is no other specific name given like a microsystem, mesosystem and all. It's just known as upper and the most visible layers. So let's see what that consists of. It consists of home, school, peer groups, and so on. So in Bronfenbrenner's theory, where was these factors? Home, school, peer groups, and all?
Microsystem.
Microsystems. Okay, so it's similar to microsystem. Now, factors influencing development of the child in visible upper layer are, there are 3 points given. Okay, home overcrowding. Home overcrowding means the space available for each member, toys, technological devices used, etc. That is how much space is available for each individual in their own house. Like if it is a joint family, like if your father has some 5 or 6 siblings and all of them are living together in the same house with their wives and children. So imagine your father is buying some new trending toy for you. So you'll have to share that with the other children also in the house, isn't it? Obviously, you'll have to. Otherwise, your father has to buy for each and every child in that house. Yes. So that means the time that you get to spend with the toy is less. Yes or no? Now, what if it is a nuclear family? Only you and your sister or brother is there in the house. So you get relatively more time to spend with it, isn't it? So that's the same with the facilities also. Even the food that people cook at home. If it is a joint family, if there is overcrowding in the home, then obviously you'll get comparatively less food than when you are part of a nuclear family, isn't it? So that can influence your development, especially food and all, isn't it? Yes. So that's the first point, home overcrowding. There is space available for each member, the toys available, the technological devices used, then the other facilities at home. Everything comes under the first point, home overcrowding. And generally, we can consider this part here. And overcrowding, space available for each member, toys, technological devices, everything comes under that factor called home. Okay. Then next is schooling. The basic point is schooling. As I told you, the main points are home, school, and also peer groups, isn't it? So first point is regarding home. Second one is regarding schooling. So nature and quality of schooling, the facilities to which the child is exposed. Do you have daily activities, daily tests? Then do you have the infrastructural facilities at the school? Then are you exposed to the multimedia and all those factors that can improve your learning? Then the use of advanced technologies in teaching, everything comes under the second point, nature and quality of schooling. Then what all types of courses are offered at your school? Then to enhance your whole development, not only the educational part, but the value education, the moral education, are all these points focused? Everything is focused in the second point. Okay. Then I told you when I introduce you to this topic that we'll discuss not only about the physical growth or development, we'll discuss about different dimensions of development. It can be moral development, can be cognitive development, can be physiological or physical development. It can be the emotional, socio-emotional development, anything. Okay, so the value education, the life skills that you learn at school, that is influencing your development. isn't it? Your moral development especially. Yeah. So that is also important. That was schooling. Now the third one is, what was the third one here? Peer groups. So it will be related to your friends or the peer group. Nature of interactions and activities undertaken with peer group from childhood onwards. That is also influencing your development. That is very much clear from your own experience, isn't it? Like when you're moving to a new place, when you get a very good friend, your behavior changes. As a result, your socio-emotional development also changes. Yes. So that's the third point, peer group. So the 3 points in the upper and the most visible layers are home, school, and also peer group. Even if you don't know to explain these three, you should know that this layer includes these three, and you can write on your own words if it is a descriptive exam. Okay. Remind me to discuss the question paper once we finish this theory. Okay. So that was the first layer. Now this is about the second, the surrounding layers. So these factors do not operate independently but constantly interact with each other. That's regarding the previous one. Okay, the sentences regarding the previous one, because home, peer group, school. We all know that these three factors are interrelated to each other. Yes, they don't work independently. Your parents might be involved in your education. Like they might help you in certain learning activities, or they might have interactions with your peer groups, your friends. Similarly, the teachers of your school, they might interact with your friends, the same school, isn't it? So there are interactions and dependence on each factor in the upper layer. That's why it said they are not operating independently, but constantly interact with each other. Okay, so that was about the upper layers. Don't confuse it with the surrounding layers. Now we come to the surrounding layers. That is the next one. Surrounding layers of the child's ecology constantly influence the upper layer factors. Constantly influence the upper layer factors. Now, what was the name of this theory? What model?
Ecological model.
Ecological model. Okay, don't forget that. It's known as the ecological model. Although it is coming under contextual view of development, this is specifically explaining the development or the contextual view in Indian context. Okay, and it is known, it has a name, specific name, that is ecological model or ecological viewpoint by Durganand Sinha. Then, so the surrounding layers of the child's ecology constantly influence the upper layer factors. The influences are not clearly visible. Okay, when I discussed about the upper and the most visible layers, I told you, see, upper and the most visible layers. It's named as upper and the most visible layers. Okay, so comparing to that, these are not clearly visible. The surrounding layers are not clearly visible. Now they include general geographical environment, such as space and facilities for play and other activities available outside the home. That is in parks, in grounds, and all you go for playing, isn't it? Yes, that is the facilities present, the geographical environment present outside the home. General congestion of the locality and density of population, that is also included. Like if you're going for an evening walk, or as a child if you like to play football or basketball in an area, then if that area is too much crowded, you won't be able to play properly, isn't it? That can influence your development, your physical development. Yes. And when you're not able to play, you get frustrated. You are not able to play for a very long time in that area where you have been playing already. Again, that creates some kind of bad feelings in you, isn't it? Maybe you get frustrated or irritated. Again, that influences your socio-emotional development. Yes, that's how they are influencing the human development. So the general geographical environment that can influence a person's development. Then next one is institutional setting provided by caste, class, and other factors. There are n number of factors included in this point, but one example is religion. Hmm? And the different institutions like church, temples, mosques, and all, where we go for praying. There can be one factor that can come under this. Yes, that also influences our development. Again, socio-emotional development, or it can influence our spiritual development and so on. Hmm? So the second one is institutional settings provided by caste, class, and other factors. Now, the last one, general amenities available. This is the public facilities or the main facilities that we all share. Drinking water, electricity, means of entertainment, and so on. Like means of entertainment means the theaters, the parks, and all in your areas. All I think comes under this. The general amenities available. These are the three. So in the upper and visible layers, we had home, school, and peer groups. Okay. And here we have general geographical environment, institutional setting, and also general amenities. Completed. Okay. So take the question paper. Just a minute. Okay. Classes are 10-10, no? Okay. Sanjana, read the first question.
Ma'am, just dash refers to the question, does the test measure what it claims to measure?
Do you know the answer?
Ma'am, option A, reliability.
Is it reliability? Any other objections?
Validity.
Is it validity? You're asking me? Or it is validity? Validity. Okay. I think majority says it's validity. It is validity. Option 2. Does the test measure what it claims to measure? Or is the test designed to measure a particular thing, and is it measuring that? That is referring to validity. Now, what is the difference between validity and reliability? Reliability means the consistency of scores over time. Okay, no problem. It's the first exam now. Okay. Second question, Malavika. It's very easy.
Yes, ma'am.
If you make a mistake in this, I'm going to.
Now I have to open the PDF to read.
Open.
Ma'am,
Hmm.
the researchers plays basketball with teenagers to study their team behavior.
Hmm.
This is an example of dash observation.
Hmm.
Participant.
Participant. Option 1, participant observation.
Yes.
Sanjana is again doubting the second one. Poor thing. Yes, so the answer is participant observation. Option 1. Okay. Third question also very easy. Angelina.
Ma'am, wait. Let me open.
Okay.
Ma'am, third question. The dash or the cell body is the main body of the nerve cell. Answer is soma.
Soma.
Uh,
Correct? Yes. So option 1, Soma. Fourth question, Devika.
Yes, ma'am. A scientific observation differs from a day-to-day observation in many respects. Like, answer is all of the above.
All of the above. Selection, recording, and analysis of data. Yes. Fifth one, Emmeline.
In the physical science, measurement starts from the zero. Psychological measurement, lack of true 0 point.
Lack a true 0 point. Option 1. It is psychological measurements. That's how we read it, okay? Not psychological, it's psychological measurement. Okay. Sixth one, Kevin. I have a tendency to call people who have switched on the video.
1 second, ma'am.
Hmm.
Ma'am, sixth question. Dash psychology is the branch of psychology that explores how people are affected by their social environments, how people think about and influence others. Option 2, social.
Option 2, social psychology. Correct.
Ma'am, what's the fifth answer?
Fifth one is option A, lack a true 0 point.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Got it wrong?
No, got it correct.
Okay. Seventh one, Abhilash.
Dash was proposed the famous equation B is a function of P and D. Options C, Kurt Lewin.
Kurt Lewin. Option 3, Kurt Lewin. Eighth question, Rose.
Yes, ma'am.
Eighth question.
Psychology in a third world country. The Indian experience was authored by Durganand Sinha.
Yes, option 2, Durganand Sinha. Ninth question. I'll read that. The basic unit of our nervous system is called? Divya ma'am will kill you if you.
Neuron, ma'am.
Neuron. Oof, Abhijit is speaking in the class. What happened? Okay, neuron. That is option 3, neuron. Then 10th question, dash variable is manipulated by the researcher. I told you that yesterday itself. What is that? Option 1. Yeah, option 1, independent variable. Then 11th question, define psychology and variable. Direct question. All those are direct questions, I think. What is the difference between naturalistic and controlled observation? One is in natural setting, the other one artificial. Differentiate between overt and covert with examples. Did you write examples or did you miss?
Ma'am, I did.
You wrote, okay. So observable and non-observable. That's the thing. Then describe speed test and power test. One has time limit, the other one does not. Then structured and unstructured. One has interview schedule, the other one does not. And the research has the flexibility in one. It is in unstructured. Then elaborate on the nature of work at any two settings where psychologists are at work. Psychologists at work, any two you can write. Clinical, counseling, organizational, community, anything. How can you differentiate between basic and applied psychology? One is a set of theories, the other one we apply. Okay. Describe any three branches of psychology. You can, isn't it? Write about the 3 types of correlation: positive, negative, and zero. Finished. Okay. Now I'll share the screen. These are examples from, I'm going to show a few pictures from last day's class. This is contextual view. Okay, just to see if we can identify which system it belongs to. The first picture you must have already seen. This one. Family. Comes in which system?
Microsystem.
Microsystem, correct. Because the individual has close contact with them, isn't it? They have direct contact or direct interaction, so it becomes microsystem. Constitution of India.
Macro system.
Is it macro? Check with macro and the previous ones. It's not micro, isn't it? Individual is not involved in the Constitution of India. So it's not
Exosystem.
micro.
Exosystem.
Exo. Exosystem. Yes, this is exosystem. Yesterday I told you government and the factors like that comes in exosystem. Okay, because even though there is a law in Constitution of India, or there is an article in the Constitution of India that influences our life, isn't it? We are supposed to behave in that manner according to that, but it's not directly but indirectly affecting us. Then parent teacher meeting, very easy.
Mesosystem.
Mesosystem, because there is interaction between one microsystem and the other microsystem. The child looks very pissed off at the parent. Okay. Next one. You're trying to figure out what this is. I think they are neighbors who are good friends. So that would come under
Microsystem.
microsystem. Yes. Okay, mass media. It's not micro anyways. And the relationship between microsystem becomes only in mesosystem. So it's not meso. You can cross out that. Then macro comes all the cultural parts. So obviously, who is left with?
Exosystem.
Exosystem. So it's also part of exosystem because they indirectly affect us. The offers and the ads, they indirectly affect us, isn't it? They influence our behaviors, our development. Yes. Friends, best friends. Things are never quite as scary when you have got a best friend.
Microsystem.
Microsystem. Then separation, divorce among the parents.
Chronosystem.
Chronosystem. Yes. This doesn't happen in every person's life, isn't it? Yes. So it is specific in a specific course of time period in a person's life. So it is the chrono. What about this? War. War. Again, the experience of war, does it happen in every person's life? No. So again, it is chronosystem, correct. Now, dressing styles. Yes, Emilyn, you're right.
Macrosystem.
Macrosystem, because it's a part of our culture. Dundee March. Yes?
Chronosystem.
Chronosystem. Correct. That's all. Okay. So we'll conclude then. I'll let you know after correction. Thank you.